Hey tubers, 49ersCorner coming at you with video response to James at fighton52. He just posted a video. Got the little one here. Let's see if we can wave hello. He just posted a video asking basically your thoughts on gifts, care packages, whatnot, and then what the expectation or thoughts are about, you know, what the person does with it when they're on the receiving end. And hopefully I'll remember everything I'm thinking, because he had a bunch of questions, kind of little different pieces of it. But I would say the bottom line is it's about respect. You know, that somebody sent you something. You know, I think there's kind of, you know, an expectation that it's a PC item if they send it to you, so you should kind of hold on to that. I'm not a, you know, if they trade it per se just for another PC item, something a little bit closer to PC, I'm okay with that. But it also depends on, you know, the item itself, kind of the size of the item. You know, like if James were to get a, you know, somebody hooked him up with a Bo Jackson auto, you know, and then he just traded it away or something like that. You know, that's pushing the limits there. That's a big time card. Somebody, you know, did him a pretty big solid by doing something like that. I guess there's probably a statute of limitations to some of that. You know, as far as, you know, I don't expect you to keep that card for years and years, but you know, you got to keep some of those things in mind. Selling them, I kind of have a problem with. Now I understand, you know, you get in a hard spot or something down the road, you know, some things happen like that, I get it, but, you know, there should be some sort of, you know, time period where that card is, not subject to being sold. And again, you know, there's kind of some statute of limitations there, but, you know, the time frame that you shouldn't be selling that card is, you know, longer based on the value of the card that you got. You know, personally, I'm a big fan of all the cards that I get from other folks. I kind of treat them a little bit better than other cards that I get sometimes. You know, I get a good grip of stuff, but I got some of the, you know, some of the specific ones that I'm a big fan of, you know, on on my shelf, even though they don't match the other ones I have out there, just because I'm so happy, you know, that people are doing that type of stuff for the hobby. You know, I keep let's see if I can. There's like kind of bits and pieces of the YouTube PC there, all the little notes and stuff that people send. You know, and I've got other cards up there that people, you know, sent. So I like to do that, you know. And then sometimes, you know, if somebody sends you a card that you know is kind of PC for them, but they did you a solid, you know, you got to keep that in mind too. Troy, Packers Corner, one time sent me a Johnny Blood McNally card graded from 1963, and it's a mint 9. Most of my set is 10s, but I was missing a couple of cards. A couple of them I have in 9s. I think about 5 of them right now. And so if I were to find that card in a 10, obviously I would buy it, because, you know, I'd like to have the perfect set there. I'm not selling that 9. I'm sending it back to Troy because it's a Packers card. You know, I don't know if that's his expectation, but that's the right thing to do. That's the respectful thing to do there. Let me bounce this little guy here. And then just the other day, I bought 2 cards for 4 corners to finish a set. These 2, nothing crazy, but the last 2 I needed. I got them in 10s. I bought them, but I had gotten a care package once upon a time from Jack Porter, and he had sent me about 10, almost 10 of each of these in raw form, so that I could submit to PSA. You know, there were some good ones in there, again, but, you know, who knows with PSA, especially with my returns. So I went for the guaranteed thing because they weren't too expensive. But I also wrote Jack and told him, hey, you know, I got to come clean, you know, because he spent effort into searching for those cards, and I'm sure he had more than what he sent me. He pulled out the better ones that he had and sent them to me. You know, he took that time. So, you know, you got to respect somebody that that's, you know, taking time, thinking of you, thinking of your PC, you know, and take that into consideration when you're doing something later on down the road. Have I traded some stuff that I've gotten? Maybe 1 or 2. The only one that comes to mind, which is probably the only one because I keep track pretty well, is I got a partner of it, but James Cunningham sent me a couple of LaMichael James autos. I kept the better ones, but there's a guy on Facebook and some of the groups that I'm in. His main PC is like LaMichael James. So am I going to try to help that guy out? Because I'm a Niners collector, but he is LaMichael James collector. Okay, so I traded him for a Jerry Rice autograph card from back in '93. So, you know, I did put it to some use, got something that's more PC to me, and helped somebody else out with their PC. So I kind of, you know, as Blackwell would say, it paid it forward to a certain degree too. So I thought, you know, that matches the level of respect that should be. But, you know, that wasn't the one-time thing. I've sent other stuff to James. He sends stuff to me. So, you know, sometimes there's some relationships that play a little bit different into the gifts as well. You know, because sometimes, you know, somebody will hit you with something you can't hit them back as well, but you keep that in mind, you know, because at some point, odds are you're going to be able to hit them up better than they hooked you up. I don't know why my dog is whining right now, but it just comes down to respect. Do the right thing. If you're in it for selling cards and in it for profits and stuff like that, you know, you shouldn't even be doing care packages. You should just be on eBay and then, you know, buying and selling. But all of the care packages, gifts, and stuff like that is under the acknowledgement that everybody's got a PC. We're always working on things, just trying to build up PC. And you got to keep that in consideration when you're doing it. You know, as far as changing PCs or something like that, you know, that happens. You know, I'm not a big fan of the people that do it on the regular basis because I don't comprehend that very well. But I understand that happens. But again, you kind of have to balance out what you've received, how big it was from a person, and that got to go into your decision. Oh, look at that face. So that's my response. You know, I think you should cherish everything you get, treat the people with respect that send you stuff, and try to pay that back to them as much, if not more so, in return. And if you do that and you abide by that, you're probably going to be okay with the care packages and everything else. But good topic, James, and let's keep this hobby strong. Later, guys.